What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to do something a little different and recommend 3 bands from a specific style of black metal that I think are worth checking out. So if you're not familiar with red and anarchist black metal, I'm sure you are familiar with it, but for the purposes of the video, I'll just go ahead and explain. It's black metal with an explicitly leftist stance, or some people also count bands who are made up of people who are explicitly leftist while not actually incorporating those elements into the lyrical content itself. As I'm sure most of you know, the genre has a sort of checkered history. There are, as I hope to show in this video, some very, very good bands who play this style of music. There are also some bands who sort of use it as a cheap way to immediately garner a fan base. Or even worse, just sort of parody the black metal genre with like low effort, silly styles of music. I won't spend any time talking about the bands who I think fit that second description, just because it's not worth doing. I do want to draw some attention to some RABM bands that I think are actually very, very good. 2 of which released albums this year already, so I can sort of shoehorn 2 reviews into this one. So, first off, I want to go with Trespasser, who is by far my favorite RABM band. They are explicitly influenced by a Ukrainian anarchist. All of their lyrics are leftist, all of it is explicitly political music, but that isn't to say that they don't focus on the music, which a lot of bands unfortunately don't do. The musicianship in this project is phenomenal. It is very, very aggressive music, very fast-paced, really memorable riffs, super just engaging black metal. And something else is, if you are someone who, well, let me digress here for a second, because I think if you're going to separate the art from the artist, it has to work both ways, right? If you're going to listen to sketchier artists, you also have to listen to, or at least try to listen to, Christian bands and leftist bands and take it at face value, right? If the art they are creating is good, it doesn't make sense to dismiss them out of hand just because you don't personally agree with them, even though for some reason right-wing bands get a pass more often, it seems. So, a lot of people would write this off just because it falls under the RABM umbrella, but that's a huge mistake. This is incredible music. They released an album earlier this month. The title is in Greek, so I have nothing. I can't even begin to try to pronounce it, but search Trespasser on Spotify, YouTube, whatever. You will find it. It is incredible music. Highly, highly recommend it. Second band I want to talk about is a bit of a curveball. This is Nameless Mist, which is a sort of DSBM solo project from Raleigh, North Carolina. Not an area that is renowned for its black metal scene. I can attest to that because I actually lived there for 10 years. It is not an extreme metal haven, and so I was actually shocked. I don't know who is behind this project. I've never met them. I don't know who they are, but it is an incredible, incredible project. It's that sort of very riff-centric DSBM. It's not just like ghostly wailing and sort of lo-fi reverby riffs. There's still sort of like a rock backbone to the song structures, while definitely falling under the DSBM genre. And this is one of the second types of RBM that I referred to earlier, where I'm not sure if the lyrics are explicitly about leftism, but the member is outspokenly leftist. It's definitely anti-Nazi black metal as far as the member is concerned. But the music itself, I think, is just very typical DSBM fare. This album from this year is called Lifeless, and it's, depressing. Very gloomy, very negative, melancholic type of music, while still having energy and being engaging to listen to. So highly recommend this project. Very, very impressive for a solo project. Definitely worth checking this one out. And the final band I want to highlight in this one is one that's very close to my heart. This is a band called Iskra. Iskra was a blackened crust project, but the black metal definitely came to the fore. Specifically, there's a 4-song EP they did where they cover a Marduk song. They cover the Leveling Dust. And I think this really, really gets to the core of what I want to talk about here, because they covered a Marduk song. Marduk is, by a lot of leftist standards, a sketchy band. And this band is explicitly anarchist. And I think this really highlights that you can have the politics that you want in black metal and still appreciate the musicianship of impressive artists. And I haven't really talked about this on the channel before, but that is something that I feel strongly about. I do believe in separating the art from the artist, but I believe in doing it every single way, right? Every single possible viewpoint you could possibly disagree with. I still think if the art is good, you're not obligated to listen to it. I certainly don't think that. I don't think anyone is obligated to listen to music that makes them uncomfortable. But the flip side of that is you're not allowed to tell people what they aren't allowed to listen to just because you don't personally agree with the politics of the members of that band. Listening to a band's music doesn't mean I'm endorsing their beliefs. I think that's pretty clear-cut logically. I haven't heard like a compelling counter argument to that, but I think that's something that probably needs to be discussed more because too many people dismiss bands out of hand just based on their political stances. So yeah, Iskra, incredible band. It's really almost like, you know, it's like blackened grindcore, really aggressive, high speed, incredible riffs, very melodic, with a clear anarchist stance. So if that sounds like your sort of thing, definitely give it a listen. Highly recommend all the bands on this list. And I'm sure, you know, I'm sure I could do a part 2 to this video because it's not that the genre like has nothing to offer at all. It's just that I think the bands that get attention are the ones that sort of set themselves up to be almost memes. You know, some people like it because it pisses off black metal elitists. Some people hate it because they're black metal elitists. But nowhere in there is a discussion of the actual music, right? They're just sort of packaging memes as music, basically, and I don't want to see that happen to a genre that I love. So I'm going to try to spotlight some bands that I actually enjoy and think you would enjoy too. Also, if you have any recommendations from this genre that you think I should check out, I would love to hear it. If you check out any of these bands and end up liking it, let me know. Like, subscribe, comment, let me know if there's anything you want to see me review, and have a great day.